Welcome everyone, this is my first YouTube video. I'm Luigi and I'm a student pilot. I'm 19 years old and I'm currently in a flight school part 141 trying to get my private pilot license. In this video we're going to go through my first solo cross country. So like I was saying, I didn't really have a good camera and like a good setup, but I got some time lapse, some pictures. I also at the end of it got to see a private jet. It was really cool, but I'm going to explain and show everything in this one now. The first thing I want to do is just get my iPad out here. We're going to talk about how the trip went, at least the first part, getting there. The trip was 69 nautical miles. So the first trip for me to get from where I fly out of it to the destination took me about 45 minutes. We had some tailwind, which was weird because we were supposed to have some headwind, but then it switched, I guess, up there. I did my nav log and everything the night before, so I guess winds weren't really stable at that time. There, so we just landed. Whoa, this hair is crazy. We just landed in Rome. It's about 1:14. Went to the bathroom. Now we're about to head back to Schenectady, and should be about 40 minutes flight. Yep, about 40 minutes flight. Everything is going smooth. Everything went smooth on the way here. Hopefully this is the same thing for the way back, and then just head back to Schenectady and then go get some food. Kept my eyes outside because of course can't really use the iPad yet, but yeah, the feeling of it was just like when you fly a solo, but you just have a lot to do. I flew out of a Class Delta airport, but there's a Class Charlie that surrounds it, so you gotta stay below and stuff. It's a certain altitude. That was basically it. So all I had to do was just make sure that I knew how to fly, I knew how to do everything, I knew how to mess with the airplane, and the radio calls. Just had to make sure that I was doing the right things at the right time. And this video is made on purpose to be explaining you guys what maybe some tips that you guys can use if you are planning to go to flight school, if you're going to take your first solo cross country. So the first tip that I will give out there if you really want to be a pilot is find a flight school and get a discovery flight. You get that one in, you need to make sure that you're not actually scared, because flying on planes, commercial planes, and flying on smaller planes, most of your training is going to be done on a small plane, and there's maneuvers that need to be done. So get that discovery flight in, make sure that you actually enjoy flying, and it's not something that you are like, yes, I would like to do it in a bigger airplane, because the entirety of your training it's willing to be done in a smaller airplane. Once you get the discovery flight in and you think you like flying and you actually want to follow this kind of career, this school, because it is at school, there's different ways to do it. The way I'm doing it, it's yes, the school is a part 141, so that means that we follow a basically book that is called syllabus, and basically everything that we do on the ground, it tells what to do. We have flight lessons, we'll go up there, we'll review, we'll fly, and then if you pass the flight lesson, if you understood everything, you just move on. If you didn't, you'll redo again and just keep going like that. There's multiple ways, there's different part of school. I like part 141 because it's more of a like, you work hard every day. You and your instructor, you'll find a good instructor, because there's a lot of instructors out there, and I don't want to be seen or sound bad person when I say this, but like I feel like the instructor does 80% of the job, and your 20% is more like 10% is effort by studying, and 10% is like yourself, like you learning and just put that in practice, I guess. In any case, you just feel like you don't like the way your instructor teaches you, you just go up there to your instructor and be like, hey, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's just like the way I'm learning, I don't really like it, or just I'm not learning the way I would like to. And just switch instructor if it requires you to do it. Let's now get back though to what to do if you want to be a pilot. The first license that you need to get is your private license. Your private license will allow you to fly in VFR association, so visual flight rules. That means that you fly basically in a good day when visibility is pretty good, when it's sunny outside you can fly, if it's not too windy, things like that. And of course you can fly into clouds or like go through them. For that, you will need, once you get your private pilot, you need an instrument. So you need an instrument rating. Next to that, it follows up with the commercial license. That's the one that will allow you to get paid in order to be a pilot. Now, once you get your commercial pilot, yes, you are a pilot. You're an official pilot. You are a pilot once you get your private license. But once you get your commercial license, you can get paid. Now, yes, you can get paid, but the only thing is no one will hire you with probably around 300 hours once you have your commercial license. So what you need to do, there's just a lot of different ways. One of those is just become a flight instructor or a CFI, certified flight instructor, and eventually become a CFII, so you can teach people how to fly. That will just help you go up with your hours till you hit a number that for now it's 1500 hours. That's the time that the airline requires you to have. That's how many hours they require you to have if you would like to apply to be a pilot for an airline. Now, having a degree helps, yes, definitely. It just shows you as a better person on it. It's more like you have a degree, you comply, you have done something. But it's not required at the time. And yes, pilot spots are actually like going down right now. Like there's a lot of pilots out there, but the thing is, within the years, a lot of pilots are going to retire. So that, because once you hit 65 years old, you have to retire. You can't do anything about that. So once they retire, they'll need new pilots. So every 5 to 10 years, they'll need new pilots. And there we are, we just become a pilot. So if you think you want to be a pilot, but you're hearing about people like they're not getting hired, just don't worry, go through your training. By the time you're done with your training, by the time you get to 1500 hours, you'll be having your position. You could be working as a pilot. So solo cross country tips: do your nav logs. Definitely just plan a cross country like you would do with your with a dual cross country, and just don't even think about it. Don't feel stressed. Everything's just going to be alright. If your instructor sends you out there to take your solo cross country, means that he knows that you're ready, or at least you could be potentially ready to do it. They won't send you out there if they don't feel like you're ready to fly and you know how to fly the airplane, you know how to respond to the ATC. And I mean, me personally, I didn't really do a great job with ATC. I'm not a professional pilot, so anytime that they were talking, I was kind of like there listening. Maybe sometimes ask if they could repeat that, or when you talk to them first, you tell them that you're a student pilot, so that they can just build a relationship and know that you're not going to answer really fast, or they will have to just speak a little slower. But that's fine, it's totally fine. You're not a pilot. This is the biggest thing you are going to do. You are going from not flying airplanes or flying just airplanes where you're not the pilot, you're a passenger, to fly an airplane all by yourself, going to a different airport, make a landing there, and just make sure that you do everything within the rules. That's a big thing. You're going from nothing to 100. Getting everything else is going 100 to 200, so that's kind of easier. So getting to your different rating, different license, it's going from having a license, knowing how to fly, to just knowing how to fly in a different condition. That's something that to me sounds easier. But going from not knowing how to fly or just being a passenger on an airplane and then becoming a pilot, that's a big difference. Now on my way back, instead, the flight was supposed to be 40 minutes and 30 seconds, because since we had headwind on the way there, we're supposed to have some tailwind on the way, so be a little faster. We ended up doing like 50 to 55 minutes. Since I took a little break there, it was like a 15 minutes break, maybe 30 minutes break. I don't know, somehow I got up there and winds were kind of like the opposite. I was like having some headwind, so I got back to my airport in 50 minutes. So yeah, weather change, you can't just do much about it. Got an Apple Pencil iPad mini. It's definitely cool. It's a game changer, changes everything. You can use it to see traffic. I'm not saying you're not allowed to, you're not supposed to, since it's a visual flight rule. So you're supposed to look outside to look for traffic, to look where you are. But it's definitely a good tool to have on a cross-country flight, especially if it's a solo cross-country. It's not required, but if your instructor tells you to, if you have one of these and you do, just use it. If you don't, you might want to invest in one of these, because this will go through your whole like training. You'll need this for definitely for your instrument, for your commercial. Then if you do CFI or anything you do, you need an iPad. It's definitely worth it. I don't really want to use it too much, but it's definitely worth it when you are up there and you kind of like want to make sure that you're on the right path. So this channel just was kind of like in my mind, what could I potentially bring out there that people kind of like watching or like enjoying watching. And then I was like, well, I'm a student pilot, and why not? Why people just not like to look how everything goes when you're a student pilot. A lot of student pilots out there, they make contents, they're a content creator and everything, but they go to ATP school or Part 61. I feel like a lot of people that go to Part 141 just don't explain what it is like. When I was younger, I wish somebody would actually make a video about how you start from the idea of wanting to be a pilot to eventually get to the flight school and learning how to fly. It's just a part where no one tells you how to do it. Or if they do, it'd be like an ATP flight school, and you need way more money to do that through an ATP. It's definitely way faster, makes sense if you have money to invest or if you take a loan out. But if you want to just kind of stay on a path where you can still make it but don't have to be in debt eventually, or don't have to use a lot of money, you might want to consider Part 141 or Part 161. I've heard is pretty good. I personally don't do that. I do Part 141, and I just find myself pretty good at this school right now. So that's it. Now, this is not definitely the best video I will make and the best video you'll see out there. If you open this video, it's my first video. I still feel anxious talking in front of a camera. Making videos is a whole different thing. Being in front of the camera, talking in front of the camera, having people maybe around you, it's way different, and I can assure you that. Yeah, so with the time, we'll definitely try to have better quality of just videos and just better quality audio. Everything just will get better. Me talking to the camera probably will get better too, hopefully. Yeah, just I will say feel free, just put a comment, say what's like scaring you or what you kind of want to do. I will be so happy to help everyone. I'm a person who likes to help people and see that people get happy. So that's why I will also like to be a CFI and teach people how to fly. And when I feel like when I see that a person is getting happy, because that was my case, I was getting so happy during my first flights because I was like, I'm flying an airplane right now, and that made me happy. So I was like, imagine if I can teach that to people and just be like making people happy. In that case, just drop a comment. Or that was it for today. I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like to post video, but I'll try to keep update everything. I would like to just have a community at one point, just knowing when I will post new videos and everything, and just talk about everything that people don't talk about on the social media. If you open this video, just drop a like, drop a comment, tell me what you don't like flying or why you will like either be a pilot, flight attendant, anything that you want, and just subscribe to the channel, I guess. I'll see you guys.